We are finally here. We are finally ready, willing, and able right here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Welcome, welcome, and again, I say welcome to the number one faith-based, motivational, and inspirational broadcast platform in the country. As you can tell, we have one of our featured authors here on the GMAP Broadcast Network with us today. And if you have to know, we encourage you to stop by gmap1.com. Click on the tab that is simply titled Featured Authors. You will, and I guarantee it, you will see a copy of the current publication that I am showing you on our television screen. We want you to click on it. It will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication. Michele Frantz is here with us today, and I'm going to say it officially. Good afternoon, and how are you?
I are fine. How are you?
Oh, my goodness. I tell you, I am outstanding. If you cannot tell that, I must be slipping in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Well, we are finally here with you on today, and we are grateful, honored, privileged, and blessed. Let me start off by saying thank you for three reasons. Thank you for, number one, being here with us today and being so patient. For number two, we thank you for being a part of the GMAP Broadcast Network family. And thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your journey. Please do me a favor. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you're from. Who is Michele Frantz?
Well, I am Michele Frantz. And let's see about who I am. Where I come from. I have moved 49 times, so it's kind of hard to say where I come from. I was born in Michigan, in a town called Wayne, a little outside of Detroit. And I have lived in places all the way from Los Angeles, California to Boston, Massachusetts, and lots of places in between. I've been married twice, and I have one daughter from my last marriage named Darshelle, and she is by far the best thing that ever happened to me. I have, employment. I worked for 17 years in banking and 40-some years in purchasing and inventory control. As of the last 20 days, I am finally fully retired, which gives me time to spend on my blogs, my podcasts, the things that I really enjoy doing. I work in my church, and I'm currently on the board, and I have taught Sunday school, and I was the treasurer for 12 years, so I'm rather active in my church. And I guess that's about it.
Well, I must say, wow, you've been through a lot, and but it's amazing because even through it all, you are still encouraging. You are still overwhelmed with joy, and we appreciate that so very much. Out of darkness into the light. Tell us a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Well, let's see. The book is kind of written in three parts. The first part is about my family life and growing up, although it doesn't get into the abuse or any pictures of violence, except for like on page 4, I think there's one paragraph. But that's the only place in the book about that, because the book is more about the adult effects of child abuse and the recovery. The middle of the book is about my young adult life and all the bad choices that I made in life because of the way I was raised. Being raised in an abusive home, you grow up with kind of a warped picture of life and what it is, and not really well equipped to deal with the outside world. The last third of the book is about my discovering God and my relationship to Him, and how following Jesus's teachings led me out of that darkness and helped me to discover who I truly was as God's child. So that's about
Wow.
what the book is about.
And that's amazing because this publication, this book is not only entertaining, but there is a true purpose behind it. And my goodness, I mean, it can't be said best in the title, "Out of Darkness into the Light." And of course, many of us, we come out of that darkness and we find a way to that light somehow, some way. And of course, it will also be a publication that I'm sure will encourage others to follow suit and do the same. Now, is this actually, Michele, your first publication, or is this a follow up to something you've previously written?
No, this is the first one, and it will probably, well, maybe be the last one, although I have had some people suggest that I take my blogs and maybe put them into a book form and put it out there. So I'm thinking about doing that.
Wow, and it kind of leads me to the next question, but I'm not sure how you will respond to it. But I'm going to ask it anyway. If someone were to walk up to you and tap you on the shoulder and say, "Michele, I appreciate what you've done releasing this publication. I'm familiar somewhat of where you've been and where you are, but what's next for Michele Frantz?" What would your response be to that?
What's next for me?
Absolutely.
Oh, I am just going to try and continue to spread the good news with my blogs and my blogs and my podcast. I'm retired, and so I have a lot of time to write and put into these things and share them with people in hopes that they will get something out of it that helps their life.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly, 100%. And of course, Michele, you know that we are role models to someone, whether we like it or not. Someone is really always paying attention to our journey and watching our every step. Let's just say someone was watching your steps today and paying attention to your journey, and they're saying to themselves, "I wonder what it is that I can do to get on track to follow my dreams and do what I'm destined to do." What would your words of encouragement be to someone like that today?
Oh, that's a hard one to answer. I, I think the biggest thing for me was to let go of my past. And because it wasn't until I did that I started to see a future for myself. And as long as I was wallowing in my past, I couldn't see that future.
Wow. Wow.
And so,
Well, that's amazing because one of the things that I would always say when someone would ask me that particular question, I would always say, first of all, learn how to forgive yourself. Learn how to forgive yourself. Once you do that, others will follow suit. Others probably have already forgiven you for things that you may have taken them through or situations that you may have put them in, they forgave you already. But learn how to forgive yourself. And once you do that, you will, I guarantee, will be able to move forward and follow your dreams. I'm a firm believer that your destiny was determined before your delivery. And I truly believe that if you're willing to embrace the process, you will reach your destiny. It's inevitable. I mean, it's in the word, and he can guarantee it. And he will fight your battles. He will, protect you from your enemies, those doubters, haters, those ones that may dog you out and disrespect you, degrade you, and all that stuff. He will fight your battles, and he will move your enemies right out of the way. Now, I know for a fact that there's going to be some viewers and listeners around the world who are paying attention to our live broadcast here today and or may receive a copy of the rebroadcast on various amount of locations. If they wanted to show their love, care, concern, and support, and maybe purchase or download this publication, what would be the process for them to do so?
To get the book?
Absolutely.
Or right now it is only available on Amazon. So just log into Amazon and type in my name, and it will bring up my book.
And of course, we want you to recognize that Michele is spelled with one L, not two. So we want to make sure you know that. And also, we do not want anyone to forget about little old GMAP Broadcast Network down here in the lower left-hand corner of everything in small print. But small print most of the time is the most important print on the paper. So we don't mind maintaining that title. Again, you could stop by our platform and click on the publication. And actually, I'm showing it to you now on the television screen. Click on that publication. It will take you to the necessary location, once again, to find out more intimate information and details about the author, as well as the publication and how you can receive it, how you can order it and show your love, care, concern, and support. Now, what's the process if someone may want to get in contact with you and maybe talk to you on a more individual basis? Is there some information that you don't mind sharing today?
Well, if they go into my website, there is a contact page on there, and they can email me from there, and then I will have their email number, and I can communicate with them that way.
And I'm sure that you will respond. And of course, it's always good to speak with individuals with a good attitude, with a good positive outlook on things. I must say, honestly speaking, that you are one of those individuals. You are blessed, and I want you to continue to be a blessing to others. What I want to do right now is I simply just want to move aside and allow you the opportunity, Michele, to just really share what's on your heart. I'm going to move over and I'm going to say, Michele Frantz, the floor is yours.
Oh, boy. Oh, share what's in my heart. Well, my whole purpose for being here is to share my journey. I mentioned that before, in hopes that it will help others to find their way out of the darkness. God has been there for me, and when I learned to trust Him, all kinds of things happened in my life. And I listen for that still small voice all the time. God talks to us that way and guides us and leads us down the right path. And I always felt that if everyone in the world were to read Jesus' Sermon on the Mount every morning, that this would be a much different world that we live in. And that's what I'm trying to share my journey in hopes of making this world better.
Yeah. And it all starts, I always tell individuals and people. It all starts with you. You may not think it matters. I'm only one person. Well, that's the one person that's necessary, that's needed, and that could really make a huge difference to one person at a time and allow it to be a
Yeah.
snowball effect. Well, I know for a fact that we are definitely going to be inviting you back to visit us here on GMAP. For those that may have missed any portion of this conversation, it will be placed on our YouTube channel. It will also be shifted over to Facebook. It's going to be aired on our weekly cable television program as well as our partner station. So we're just excited for what God is doing and how He's doing it, and He's blessing you, and He's using me to do so, and I thank Him for that. It's not me, but it's all Him. And with that being said, we know for a fact that you have our number. We do. We want you to use it. Let us know how we can assist you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. We want you to pick up that phone, call, text, chat, tweet, whatever you do. We want you to send us some sort of contact, some sort of word that you're doing, whatever it is that God has you doing. And we want you to know that the answer will always be yes, and you will never, ever have to ask us twice. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate you allowing and accepting the invitation to be a part of our family. And, we want you to know that we truly are grateful for your patience through everything that we've been through in order to get to this point. With that being said, we want you to continue to be blessed, continue to be a blessing to others, and make sure you keep us posted on things that you are moving forward to accomplishing and doing as the days, the weeks, and the months move ahead. We thank you so much, Michele. We look forward to talking with you again soon. I'll be giving you a call shortly, of course, to let you know what we do and where we go from here. But until then, you have a fantabulous rest of your day. Be blessed and continue to be a blessing. Okay?
You too, and thank you for inviting me here.
God bless you.
And you.